Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness is probably a show you haven't heard of before, or at least in a while. Hello, my name is Witty G, and I talk about cartoons on the internet. Legends of Awesomeness is the spin-off to the DreamWorks film Kung Fu Panda, and stars Po, Shifu, and the Furious Five. I think it fits between this and the second one. The stories focus usually on Po, not voiced by Jack Black, but someone who does an amazing job on his many shenanigans in the village. It deals with his role as a dragon warrior, and sees him develop slowly into a competent hero that could rival Shifu, and probably could take all of the Furious Five at once. However, he is still the dunderhead we all know and love. I mean, that's what makes him relatable after all. Ah yes, the lovable warrior trope with a heart of gold. Where have we seen this before? Po has episodes, quite a few, where he tags along with members of the Five, or Shifu, to get a better glimpse at who these characters are. This is my favorite aspect of cartoon spin-offs of movies. Finally, the writers are allotted the time to turn what was once a side character, who couldn't be given more than a few lines in a movie, to now shine with their very own episode. Today we're going to be checking out the episode focused on Mantis.
You know what? That's okay. My village doesn't really like snakes.
Ken,
No.
Please.
No. Talk. I get it. I'm small, so I could burn my ex-girlfriend for dumping me. So even if she sees I'm a total fraud or loser. Ooh, what an amazing nose you have, Bo. Beautiful. I know. Isn't it great? Do you know how many girls have taken me to meet their parents?
None.
Less. Po, I've got it right here in my little claw. Remember when I was 4 and you were 3? No. Hi! He took several beatings and humiliated himself, even more than usual. I'll be fine. Yes! I'm fantastic!
The smallest member of the elite fighting group, and honestly the one I forget about the most. Okay, that's not true. The one I forget about the most is Crane. Mantis is laid back and doesn't seem like much of a threat, but I'll let you all know now that I wouldn't want to get into a tussle with a Mantis that can lift a panda.
Hi!
I'll take my chances with Adam Ant before I want to take on the six-legged Bruce Lee. However, there is one kryptonite to this apex predator. He's weak to one thing that can demolish any exoskeleton armor: the love of a lady. Let's travel back to the fall of 2011 to see one of the most interesting episodes of Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. The episode Hometown Hero, storyboarded by artists Adam Henry and Alex Soto. Also, if I make any mistakes in terms of pronunciation, my sincerest apologies.
Now, DreamWorks Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness.
Hear the legends of the Kung Fu Panda. Raised in a noodle shop, never seeking glory or fame, he climbed the mountaintop and earned the dragon warrior name. Ooh, ah, yeah, Kung Fu Panda. Master Shifu saw the warrior blossom and master the skills of bodacious and awesome Kung Fu Panda. He lives and he trains and he fights with the Furious Five. Protect the valley, something, 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 something alive. Ooh, ah, ooh, Kung Fu Panda. Legends of Awesomeness. Sweet.
So we start the episode with Po and Shifu training, while the Furious Five watch in the background. The lesson is about chi and basic breath exercises, but because Po has the attention span of a goldfish that grew up only watching TikToks, he gets tired of it nearly instantly.
I feel like I'm breathing too much. Passing out. That was awesome! I do feel it.
Mantis receives a message from someone pretty important.
What does it say?
It says, need your help, urgent. Hao Ming. Hao Ming!
What's a Hao Ming?
She's the most beautiful mantis in the world. And my ex-fiancée.
Wait, what?
What? Yeah, it turns out Mantis had a fiance, or still has one. It's a little unclear. Either way, I'm curious who managed to bag the most laid-back member of the five, and also how long they had to really get to know each other. I mean, praying mantises only live about 4 to 6 months at the longest. We have to remember that Mantis underwent training to be engraved into a legendary group of martial artists and got engaged. Dude's on that Sigma grind set. And of course, he tells most of his friends they can't tag along because, you know, there are predators in large, and predators in the sense that they eat bugs, or look like they can eat a bug.
We'll go with you.
You know what? That's okay. My village doesn't really like snakes, sorry, or tigers, or monkeys, or cranes.
So Mantis heads off on his own, but Shifu isn't buying it. And also, he doesn't want Poe around, so to kill 2 bugs with 1 spray, he tells Poe to go spy on Mantis in secret. Poe does just that.
Poe, follow Mantis, in case he needs backup.
Ooh, Dragon Warrior stealth mode. Quiet. Cat.
Okay, well, not so much of the in secret or inconspicuousness happening. I mean, look for yourself. Mantis finds him and pins him, asking for the lowdown on what's going on. It's clear Mantis doesn't want Poe to tag along. He's coming up with excuse after excuse on why Poe shouldn't show up. It's not enough because before Mantis knows it, they've arrived at his village.
And forget about the whole thing.
But we're almost there. I want to see where you grew up.
Yeah, how about you wait here, and keep an eye out, and I'll go see what's happening. Come on, then I'll come back and get you. What do you say, buddy?
But we're already here.
Looks like he was actually broken up with at the altar type of deal, on some romantic comedy type beat, you know?
See, a couple years ago, Hao Ming left me crouching at the altar.
Did she forget something?
My heart.
No. Your teeny tiny little heart?
I was out of my mind.
Teeny tiny little mind?
I was mad and I wanted her to regret it, so I told a lie.
A teeny tiny little...
I get it! I'm small!
I don't like that some lady broke your heart, even if it is tiny.
However, that's not all. Mantis has also told everyone that he's the Dragon Warrior.
That's why I gotta tell you something.
Oh, it's the Dragon Warrior!
The Dragon Warrior's here!
Aw, you told people I was coming?
Long live the Dragon Warrior! Long live the Dragon Warrior!
Mantis?
In town, the citizens celebrate the
Triumphant return
with
the Jig of Happy!
They start grittying and fucking it up, popping bottles and everything. It gets pretty lit.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
In New York, I'm Millie Rock, hiding in my sock.
Mantis finally comes clean, completely.
Okay. I wanted to seem like a big shot so I could burn my ex-girlfriend for dumping me, so I told everyone I was the Dragon Warrior.
What?
There she is.
She definitely knows how to move her pointy beelies.
Yeah, so Mantis lied about who he was just so he can make his girlfriend a little bit more salty about their breakup that she insisted on. We've all been there, right? Having to forge a new identity that is simultaneously amazing yet impossible to keep secret for forever, but hoping that it lasts long enough for you to make your ex regret ever breaking your heart. This is obviously the most healthy form of coping with a failed engagement. I mean, hey, you could start seeing Nazi propaganda after your breakup instead. It could be worse. Mantis promises to come out with the truth, but Poe has a different idea in mind.
Look, don't worry, all right? I'll tell everyone as soon as they're done. Even if she sees I'm a total fraud, a loser.
Or you could just keep on being the Dragon Warrior.
What? But
It's okay. As your friend, I give you permission to be me and to rub her tiny little nose in it.
Make her regret even more, but this time with a
Sidekick!
So then we see Poe unleash his inner theater kid as he crafts his new identity as the
Sidekick!
He's got a few new character traits to really distract from the impeccable aura of his awesomeness that the Dragon Warrior gives off. It's not anything Poe is doing to cause this. It's just one of the side effects of the title of
Sidekick.
Hao finally meets up with Mantis, and she's laying on the flirtations heavy. Meanwhile, Po gets questioned about his martial arts skill. If I was there, I would have been hoping the crazy eye patch and somewhat disabled sidekick was a master fighter too. Would have been like if Superman brought along a Make-A-Wish kid who was able to kick more ass than him. It isn't long before they inquire about how the Dragon Warrior met such a useless panda. Po, being the master of theatrics and storytelling that he is, has already crafted a backstory. So this art style switch for the backstories and context is a great choice as well. It captures the style of Chinese paintings with vivid characters and colors. We also get a switch from 3D animation to 2D, which just looks smoother and more dynamic to me. Probably because of the color composition, particularly the black inking for the shadows working in contrast with the white and other colors. Usually these sections only use 3 or so colors to keep things sharp, action-packed, and deliberate.
Well, the Dragon Warrior, who is totally amazing, saved my life. See, I used to be a dirt poor farmer of dirt. And one day I was digging in, dirt. And I awoke a sleeping rock monster. Not knowing any Kung Fu myself, I figured I was done for, when suddenly, out of nowhere, the awesomely bodacious Dragon Warrior appeared. Awesomely. From the ground where I lay helpless, I was able to view the most phenomenal display of Dragon Warrior skills ever seen by panda eyes. It was so awesome, one of my eyes actually closed forever. Legend has it that it never again wanted to look upon something that wasn't as awesome as the Dragon Warrior himself. I begged him to let me be his sidekick, and even though I wasn't qualified, he let me hang around. His life really turned around after you. He's got lady friends out the wazoo now.
Anyway, back to the story. Po begins to lay it on thick now. How much Hao has missed out on all this Mantis love.
He's got lady friends out the wazoo now.
Mantis, however, drops the ball.
It's true. I have always regretted leaving you. You were the most.
I love you too!
Ooh, burn! Take that! Wait, what?
He forgot to mention one major aspect of his story. I mean, his omission of facts is the biggest downfall for this duo. He's still down bad for her.
I've never forgotten you either.
Yes, you did. You completely forgot her. How? Who?
No, I didn't.
You're blowing it. Stop saying frou-frou stuff, because she's totally not regretting it.
Yeah, frou-frou.
Meaning, this whole mission is compromised. From the moment she started flirting. No, from the moment he saw her again, it was compromised. Po, being the good friend that he is, tries to salvage it, but it's too late. Mantis is on the love train and he refuses to get off. Mantis then does this.
Will you have this humble hero as your boyfriend?
Yes.
Liar!
It's then, right after getting together with the lady who threw him away, another Mantis springs onto the scene. This is getting juicy. He calls out Mantis, not for faking being the Dragon Warrior, but for...
You took my lady and you will pay for it.
How? Who's this old guy?
That's my ex-fiance.
Yeah, turns out Hao was just with this guy.
2 hours and 17 minutes ago.
But now is with Mantis. Yeah, you really know how to pick him. And all this because she saw herself as Miss Dragon Warrior.
Because I realized the truth of me loving you.
Because you're the Dragon Warrior!
Mantis is stun-locked by his feelings. Meanwhile, Po runs into Dosu, which is the other Mantis's. Well, he doesn't run into the other Mantis, he runs into the other Mantis's sidekick.
You're going to be so sorry.
Who are you, little guy?
I'm Seiso, Dosu's sidekick.
Oh, wow. The whistling. Nice touch. I'm stuck with this big loud thing. Glarf!
Po has met his match. So if you've seen The Office and know how things go with Andy and Dwight when they're fighting over Angela, you'll figure out pretty quickly that there's only one solution to the situation, and that's a duel. Except this is not just between warriors, but between warriors and their sidekicks. Mantis is reluctant to agree, so reluctant that he doesn't. Po does.
We challenge you and your sidekick to a fight so we know who the real hero is. Tomorrow, noon, the town square. Don't be late.
Oh, we'll be there.
Po concludes the scene with this gem.
They seem nice.
The next day, Mantis is clearly in a good mood. He's either been hitting that opium or he's in love.
What an amazing nose you have, Po. Beautiful.
You okay?
Am I okay? Yes! I'm fantastic!
Mantis is ecstatic that Hao is so in love with him, so excited that he's forgotten about the fight.
I'm in love.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
I know!
Ooh, better save that kicking for the fight.
Oh, right! The fight. I forgot all about that. Hao and I made plans to lie on the grass and look up at the clouds and say they look like bunnies and elephants and stuff.
So yeah, Poe's in a predicament because...
I can't fight those guys, Mantis. If I start fighting them, they'll see I'm actually good. So good that they'll figure out that I'm the Dragon Warrior.
Mantis promises to show up. Let's not forget, he's a member of an elite class of fighters who have made it their sole duty to protect the Valley, a position that prides itself in honor, punctuality, and dignity. So the last thing that he would do is not show up.
I'm sure he'll be here. Probably got caught up doing something awesome. Yeah, I wish I could help, but it's not like beating up a helpless half-blind guy with a bum leg is really gonna quench your... Okay. Ow, 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 ow. What's the face? The butt is better. I don't eat with it.
So yeah, Po gets jumped. Dosu challenges them again, informing Po to bring the
Dragon Warrior if he knows what's good for him.
Mantis returns in a chipper mood, only to find Po with these injuries.
Nothing hurt but my pride. And a couple of ribs, and I've lost the feeling in 2 fingers, but...
It's all good. Mantis will be there to fight next time.
And that's just what I'm gonna do. Right after Hao takes me to meet her parents.
What do you mean?
What?
I know! Isn't it great? Do you know how many girls have taken me to meet their parents?
None.
Less! I am really making progress. And I owe it all to you.
How old are these Mantis parents? There's no way they're not deceased already. And don't daddy Mantises get eaten by the ladies? And don't moms not often take care of their young? Also, she's using you, bro. Can you stop thinking with your phallic parts for like a second? Bro, if this was a Hallmark movie, you'd be the evil guy with a business who lives in the city. She's the girl who left her small town to live in the city and is stuck between her hometown hero who doesn't have any status but has a good heart, or the guy with all the status yet he's a loser at heart. Anyway,
I'm happy for you, Mantis.
Mantis isn't listening and is set on screwing over his friend.
You can count on me, pal. But don't fight them.
More of the same, with Po suffering for the charade while Mantis enjoys the honeymoon phase of the relationship, a phase notorious for stupid behavior and rash decision making.
Oh, hey, you actually look like you need that crutch now.
I do need this crutch now.
Po shows off his new fun injuries as well.
And listen to this. Bones aren't supposed to sound like that, Mantis.
When Mantis tries to speak up about another attempt to fight, Po lays down some bad news for him. We can call him the Bad News Bear.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, next time...
There's not gonna be a next time. You're a disgrace to the Dragon Warrior name.
Po.
Don't Po me, Mantis. The Dragon Warrior's supposed to be there for those who need him, not just think about himself. As soon as my sight comes back, I'm leaving.
What?
This is only topped by Mantis's even more shocking news.
No, please, not now.
Because?
Because Hao and I are getting married.
What?
You're rushing into this faster than Claire from The Bachelorette. Mantis is excited to lock down Hao, but Po is reiterating the reality of the situation.
They need us in the Valley of Peace. I'm the shh. Dragon Warrior. This is all a lie.
And a great idea. Thanks. I'll tell her the truth eventually. Shouldn't be more than a few years.
Mantis, you are not the Dragon Warrior.
Oh, you and your labels. This is bigger than that. Love, Po.
Doesn't matter though, because Mantis is so hypnotized by love that he's willing to play the game of deceit with his potential wife for over a year. He's willing to incorporate her into his life and force his friend Po to lie about his identity for however long it takes to trap her, I suppose. He probably even expects this charade to continue in the case of actual danger, just to ensure his romantic fantasy comes true. He's going for the old ask for forgiveness instead of permission. This only has the possibility of working out well. We then see Mantis take the victim role.
Po, I've got it right here in my little claw. How can you not be there for me when I need you the most?
All I I've been as there for you, but when I needed you to be there for me, you were just there for you. And how? And I don't mean and how, I mean and how, like your girlfriend how.
Po isn't having it though. He's out. No more broken ribs for him.
And listen to this. Bones aren't supposed to sound like that, Mantis.
On the way out, Po blows off a little steam and also shows off some of his bodacious skills. Dosu and the goat guys see this because they were lurking, preparing to jump Po while his back was turned. But they're quick to head off and expose Mantis. Po tries to save face, but, you know, he just demolished a bamboo forest with several severe injuries. A little hard to prove you're not a Kung Fu master after that.
You're the Dragon Warrior, not Mantis.
Huh? Me? No! I'm too lame and husky to be him.
Then how could you possibly do such amazing Kung Fu?
Night classes?
We have to tell How she's marrying a fraud.
Say so? Let's tear that Mantis apart.
Anyway, at the wedding, Po tries to delay the inevitable.
I have some interesting news for you about your dragon.
Oh my gosh, so sorry, how embarrassing.
Holding off the two warriors while they desperately try to ruin this wedding. Me personally, I wouldn't be too mad if they ruined this ceremony because I didn't know what to get for a Mantis wedding. I went with a bag of crickets, but I don't know if they'll like that. Should have just got a bottle of champagne. Mantis skims through his his vows, same thing.
Remember when I was 4 and you were 3?
Fraud! Beat it up, Mantis!
Remember when I was 16 and you were 15?
Faster!
Promise to love, honor, and respect.
Ow! That guy's loving.
Weddings always make me cry. Let's just hold each other for a minute.
Then it's up to How to say her piece.
My dearest Dragon Warrior, since the day I first heard there was a Dragon Warrior, I knew I wanted to be Mrs. Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior.
It's these words that finally shock him back into reality. He finally sees that it was never about being in love with who he was. It was about being in love with his title, his status. A status he doesn't even really have. And it blows my mind that he doesn't realize that if she isn't content with dating one of the legendary warriors associated heavily with the Dragon Warrior, she isn't worth it at all. Horniness is a hell of a drug.
And... Hi! Get off my friend!
Dosu and Mantis fight.
Hi!
I like this cutaway as well, when it pulls from their cinematic brawl to the rest of the crowd looking down at their fight. Anyway, after getting bested by Mantis, Dosu finally spills the truth.
Mantis is not the Dragon Warrior.
If he's not the Dragon Warrior, then who is?
This guy.
You should have broken his jaw or something, Mantis, if you didn't want him to mention that. I get Mantis didn't know he knew the truth, but he couldn't pick up on the context clues that Po was keeping them from saying something important. It would have been fair to assume that the secret something was really the important secret something Mantis has been stressed about. I actually think Mantis wanted him to say it, because he's too much of a coward to be the first to admit his truth out loud in his own hood.
Not only am I not the Dragon Warrior, I'm not worthy to be him. That guy is worthy.
Obviously, after hearing this, Hao wants to fuck Po. Nah, Mantis comes out confirming the truth, gets dumped by Hao, and throws some shade at her too.
He's my best friend, and he doesn't care if I'm the Dragon Warrior. He took several beatings and humiliated himself, even more than usual, just so I could marry a woman who doesn't even deserve me.
Yeah. Well, I don't deserve you. You don't deserve me.
Goodbye.
And with this, Dosu slips in on the only other Mantis in town. Nice one.
Thank you, Dragon Warrior.
As the two leave town, Mantis realizes that Po is still dealing with the limp and injuries, and offers this.
Get on my shoulders.
It's okay.
I'll carry you. I'll be fine.
So what did we learn from this episode? Don't trust a liar. They'll lie again. Mantis had lied about being the Dragon Warrior, and Po made the mistake of trusting that Mantis would let a fight come before some romantic time with someone he thinks is his soulmate.
I love Mantis for who he is.
Oh.
Stupid. Po's real mistake was underestimating the power of simpage, as well as the power a crush can have on a simp. It's like that move Bind in Pokemon. It gets stronger every turn. In fact, it's super effective, especially in the hands of a calculated manipulator like Hao. We learned that all ladies, regardless of species, are only out for a man's title or status. Obviously that's a joke. There's only about 3/4 of them that are out to do that.
You either buy better on her daddy's farm, a 12-gauge shotgun under her underarm. She said, I can tell you rock, I can tell by your jaw. As far as country goes, I can tell by your soles and your skull. But I'm looking for the one out of a cornfield. A psychic says she wears boots like Faith Hill. Jessica Simpson, and I'm for real. I gotta take all the kids to get a meal. Okay, get your kids, but then they got their cousins. I pull up in the Silverado, they all want something. We went to get fried chicken, then I had to pay. This chick thinks I'm walking around with sex like Billy Ray. You know why? She looks good, but there's a cost. Back in the day, I heard she had a thing with Tim McGraw. She'll take your money after you write her a hit song, oh. But she can have it all. She steals my Chevy when I'm in need. She steals my Chevy.
But we did learn that there are individuals who will use stupid motherfuckers for their status or title. So in a weird turn of events, we also learned that there are stupid motherfuckers who will allow this, happily, at the expense of their friends. We learned that being a sidekick is often a harder job than being the hero. I mean, look at Batman's sidekicks. Sidekicks more like psychotic kids. Mostly because of the deeply traumatic and horrific experience it must be to fight crime alongside an equally traumatized and horrific bat freak in a costume. You have to deal with the deranged on the regular, and oh yeah, getting beat to death with a crowbar and being brought back to life only for more bad shit to happen to you. Po made the right move to go back to main protagonist status instead of staying as a sidekick. But the lesson we should make sure to take with us above all is that you need to make sure you verify the identity of the dummy who was stupid enough to marry you, even after you made it pretty obvious that you don't give a shit about them. Or else the manipulation doesn't work. I've been Witty G, and see you around.